Palutena does have ways to contest some of that air-to-air combat, but it's all about how you can manage that shield pressure coming in from Mew2King and Mugen.
Yep. Oh yeah, you know, if you're a frequent viewer of the locals here in Georgia, the 404s, you know, Mugen been doing really well late with that Roy, and just suffocating with what he can do. So with a Pyra/Mythra by his side, I mean, the options are even scarier how fast he can move. I think they're going to really go for stage control here.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely going to have to look for stage control and try and keep the two together. Right now, Mugen doing a great job of just forcing Mystearica into a corner and, like we said, locking her into that shield. But now, off stage, I think they got to find a way back to at least regain that center stage with the two of these two.
Yeah, and I think, you know, with, you know, Juanpi's Mii Brawler obviously going to hit very hard as well, but not going to be as fast as either, you know, Mythra or Roy, really. But I think that's where the Palutena is going to come in. You know, the long-distance sort of support fighter in doubles, really able to cover a lot of ground. And when your teammate makes mistakes, she can come in there and very quickly come in with a aggressive option to get more damage on people.
Yeah, and one thing that I do want to kind of hit on is how the Mii Brawler can set up those Palutena aerials to enable longer combos and send you off stage. You can see that Juan is using the back throw to great effect to try and set up Mystearica for better angles. Good way to break out of that corner. But now Mugen trying to find a way to regain his footing in any way he can.
Yeah, and everyone's hovering right around 100% now, so we should be seeing a kill pretty soon here. And none of these characters really lacking for kill power, I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the first one!
Yeah, first kill coming out from Mystearica. Mew2King coming back on a fresh stock, but again, we've always seen this, if you are a fan of the Georgia scene, Roy with Rage and Mystearica losing her first stock, so now Mugen has to try and find a way to at least close out the stock and try and build a lead.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there we go. So covering it, Mew2King, oh, missing the, you know, up special there. Not going to get the extra hit on that, but going to go safely back to the ledge. So much ledge play has been going on so far. And oh my gosh, is that too low? Mugen, SDing.
Yeah, Mugen misspacing that double-edge dance right on the ledge. I think it was a way to try and trap Mystearica in the air, maybe have Mew2King follow up with a spike of some kind, misplacing on the ledge, and Mystearica and Juan in a very good position to just close out the game and pick off a little more chip damage every single time.
Yeah, here we go. Mystearica doing a great job of just building up damage. Juanpi, though, at high percents himself, you know, that's almost a tough time where, you know, if people are, you know, as your doubles partner gets a lot of percent, obviously they're not dead yet, but they're kind of taking time away from the stage. They can't help you, so that gives the other team options to double team and really get the damage on your partner that you can't help because you're taking all these percent off stage.
Yeah, you have to almost worry about what the risk reward is with Mii Brawler at these high percents. Ooh. Yes, you do. Oh, get some reward from the kill. Strong dash attacks, better throw options coming from the Mii Brawler, but like you said, you can't really bail Mystearica out of these situations. And
right.
It's really amazing to see how Juan and Mystearica are putting both players at the ledge. Mew2King eventually does close out the stock on Mystearica, and Juan
double stock taken now here. We're not back to even percents, or back to even stocks, I should say, but green team, unfortunately, looking a little worse for wear on their second and third stock, respectively.
Yeah, they are looking a little bit worse for wear, Big Play, but one of the things that I hope that they can do is take some of the information from these games, maybe clean out some of the nerves that might have come through with the misinputs, and just maybe take them to a smaller stage and close things out in a little bit faster fashion.
Here we go, the first share stock of the match so far. Looking kind of rough, but Mugen going to take it instantly. He knows he's going to be a big you know, source of kill power for this team. Obviously, with Pyra/Mythra, you have to be either, you know, quick and fast or that heavy hitter. And there's a heavy hitter with that up smash. Going to take that stock. So he even backs up to stocks. And not looking too uneven now. You know, look at Mystearica 101, but obviously Mew2King at 135. Not looking great there either.
Yeah, I mean, both players have one of their heavier hitters at a higher percent, and Mew2King eventually losing his final stock. Now it's all about Mugen trying to get back to the stage. One of the worst spots for him to be in doubles is on that ledge is Roy. Yep,
so this is perfect doubles positioning for Juanpi and Mystearica. Juanpi going to take the, you know, aggressive as the player with the less percent, so we don't really care if he gets hit too much. You know, Mugen going to try and get as much damage as he can. When Mystearica comes in for a punish, though, he has to be ready. Really can't do any laggy moves to get a kill yet until he finds those openings. So nicely done so far. We've definitely seen Mugen come back from these.
One thing that I do like seeing Mugen do so far throughout the course of this, you know, double team is how he's been basically decommitting when he goes in for an option. And unfortunately, the jump is read by Juan, and it just closes out with that strong back air.
Man, that's basically Wolf's back air there. That was big, strong, very scary move. Gonna be pretty safe, and just covering the jump option from Mugen. You know, not able to call it out.
So thinking about stage selection here, Big Play, you have Palutena and Mew are both characters that can get a ton of resets off of the tri-plats. We know that Roy does like to use those to some effect, whether it's for a reset. Aegis obviously is okay with it, but how would you maybe course correct and use your stage counter pick to your advantage here?
Yeah, I think it's, in doubles you have to think of one either way. Do you want to be close to your teammate or do you want to be far away from them? With Mystearica playing Palutena, she's got a lot of options to be able to cover her partner from a distance. So it won't really matter too much for her. We're going to see a switch actually to Incineroar from Mew2King. So I think they're going to go to elect to stay close to each other because they almost will have to. They'll have to cover each other really tight and see what's going on here. I actually didn't see with Sage, but it's like Smashville. So that's going to be, close quarters. They're going to have to stay nice and tight to make this one work. So I like the pick here.
Yeah, it almost looks like they're going to try and box the two of them in between the stronger hitbox and the nair of Incineroar and Roy, so that way you have a frontliner in the Roy and you have Incineroar to basically back up the punishment afterward. But with a heavy character, like, you got to pay that tax against Palutena.
Yeah, I don't know, what's going in Mew2King's mind of switching to the Incineroar. Obviously, you get some extra grabs to go for kills, but I feel like, I don't know, he wasn't like getting gimped earlier with Pyra or Mythra, but yeah, he's going to lose the first stock right there.
That was such a formidable ledge trap from Juan and Mystearica. That having Juan in the front, just putting out the nair, trying to force an option out of that, and unfortunately losing the stock there from Mystearica. But the way they have been pressuring the ledge, basically trying to create an unforced area between Mew2King and Mugen, I really like seeing this synergy between the two players. Yeah, and definitely a lot of options, I'd say, for, oh my gosh, Mugen to cover Incineroar's, sort of laggier tools, but not going to come into effect there. Mugen going to lose his second stock, but hey, now we're even stock, so I guess it's working out. Oh no! Mew2King's way off there. Can he save him? No, he can't. No, and that's some of the risk that comes with Incineroar, that very exploitable recovery. Once you have him off stage, it's basically a free-for-all, and you can't really commit to go out and save him. Yeah, gosh, what was he at, like 40% or something? Just tragic. Yeah, a very low percent, but Mugen trying to find some of his tried and true confirms off the jab. We know that Mugen loves to use that jab F smash on the hold in, but Mystearica at the ledge. Wow. Covered by Mugen well with the back air. Yeah, great ledge opportunity there for the coverage. That's something that's kind of risky doubles too. Do you go off stage to go for the kill, or do you try and get more percent on the double team on stage? Nice conversion though from Mugen. 99% here, so kind of looking a little scary. Juanpi and Mystearica have, been tougher to fight right next to each other. I'd say that's for sure. Yeah, Juanpi has just been doing such a good job of basically frontlining for Mystearica, or setting her up and enabling her with nair, and Mew2King just missing the kill there. There it is, though. Finally cleaning it up, and now it looks like this is a total control situation for. Never mind, closing up the game. Stocks. So similar to what we saw last time, who's going to get this first stock? They'll give him a big advantage. I do actually kind of like how the Incineroar's move has comboed into Roy's. They've gotten a lot more sort of ticky-tack damage off combos like that right there. They're just getting a lot of damage there, keeping stage control while they're doing it. Look at this damage from Green Team right now. Yeah, you have to give credit to Mugen how he's utilizing these forward throws. They may not be the longest or most extended combos, but to your point, Big Play, they are quick, efficient, damaging combos. And Mystearica already out of the game. So here we go. A lot of those team combos going to come into great effect here. The 2v1. Mugen got a lot of percent, so he'll probably take point when he can. Is that going to kill? Wow, it will. Really, really solid play from Mugen and Mew2King. I think the switch to Incineroar giving a little bit more of a heavy backline has given more to both of them, allowing to kind of just bait and punish. You come in, you swing, and then it's finally blown up by Mew2King. Yeah. Like you said, using your forward throw into the nair, you're sent off stage. You wouldn't think that a small combo like that would just put you in such a huge disadvantage situation. Yeah. Oh my gosh, well here we go, 1-1, the classic even counts now. Mew2King already doing the rock back and forth, he's getting into it. Yeah, I mean, you do have to get into your own tempo when you do finally get back on stage. Mugen, a player that is just has ice in his veins all the time in Georgia. This man, it doesn't show much emotion when he's on stream. He's so composed up there, but you would think, again, players like Mystearica, who has competed at the top level across the U.S. before, definitely not fazed by this. Oh, yeah. Just another time to try. You got to get in there and try and clutch up during Game 3. Yeah, I mean, Juanpi and Mystearica have definitely well-traveled. They've gone to quite a few things. This is definitely not the away field disadvantage you might normally see. I mean, I think one of the things that we can hope for them to do is maybe try and open up that stage a little bit more. We saw that when you went to Smashville, there was a little bit of a disadvantage. It almost was too crowded with Incineroar just kind of being a big menace and taking up too much of the stage. And obviously Mugen's just going to run down, push options, and hope that you're going to freak out and then maybe choose a panic option when you're in the corner so he can get those combo F-tilts and just end stocks way earlier than he should.
Yeah, so a lot of discussion here from both teams. Not surprised. I mean, that stage really did make a big difference for him. The character switch as well, though. I mean, will we see a third character from Mew2King here?
There is a chance. I mean, we know Mew2King did play Bowser for a little bit, so there could be a chance maybe if you don't like how Incineroar fared with the recovery, go to Bowser, maybe try to play something that could be a little bit more consistent. Yes, it's exploitable, but you have some more, convenient angles to go with Bowser.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to see maybe a pick like Town and City or Kalos or of some. Oh no,
Small
even
battlefield.
yeah, small
That's
field
fine.
again. So we saw Game 1 on PS2. This is basically just a more condensed version of the previous stage. How do you think that's going to play out for Mystearica and Juanpi?
Yeah, I think it's it is a little bit more condensed. The platforms are going to be a bit more technically larger in some ways. That's going to help Mystearica a lot. Obviously, Palutena loves Nair. Nair covers platform really well. Oh, going to Hollow Bastion actually. Looks like they switched the pick there. So this is interesting. Yeah, so Hollow Bastion, very similar, layout to Smash what we just saw, but a lot larger. It's going to give them a bit more room, space to breathe in. So I guess they, like what they saw, so it's going to be a slight difference. Same characters, though, from everyone, so we'll see how this one goes.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to make sure and see how they're going to possibly extend their advantage, whether it's, Juanpi going in, trying to zone break again with the Nair, but Mugen starting off the rip with an F smash and trying to already make an aggressive stance.
Yeah, I like Mugen just going in there with the side B. Doesn't matter if he hits Mew2King, he just wants the damage.
Yeah, I think he was also definitely trying to set up for that, Incineroar, lariat up above, where Mew2King is using that to just basically get off me, reset the stage control, and this is what I was talking about in Game 1. You have both players basically fighting 1v1s on the side of the stage and covering each other's backs.
Yeah, that's, I would say, pretty common for, those top players that don't team too often. So, kind of what Mew2King and Mugen probably want to do. Juanpi and Mystearica, pretty static, so they know some decent combos, doing that really well. The farther away you can get from your opponent from their teammate, the better it works for them. So it's working out for them pretty well so far as Green Team takes a hefty % lead, but like I said, stocks are what matter.
Yeah, the stocks are definitely what matter in this scenario, but what we do want to see is hopefully, there we go, finally getting closure from Mugen and Mew2King, but these characters do have extreme kill power. You have to maybe try and get some type of robbery stocks, like a low 90% kill.
Yeah, I mean, both, Incineroar and Roy could have pretty explosive recoveries. Mugen doing a great job of not getting, anything killed too early. What in the world was that? Mugen just lost his stock as I was talking about it. Gonna get wrecked by that. I don't know if that was like a team kill or what, but...
Yeah, it might have been an accidental input or just a placement in terms of where the game is, but right now this is just a totally different game that we've seen from Game 1 to Game 2. It looks like Juanpi and Mystearica are almost lost when you have Mugen playing so aggressively, trying to just jam the faster options and basically hasten the gameplay for the two of them.
Yeah, so now we got the 2v1. No, Mugen can turn around. He's controlling the stage so well, even though his all-by is lonesome. Mew2King finally back to the stage, but Incineroar, not a very fast character, so he can't really come and help out Mugen. When he ever has an opportunity to.
Yeah, not very great stage control, not very good, and good forward from Mew2King rather to close out that stock. This is a huge lead for both these characters. Yeah, and again, four stocks to 2. Mugen with about those mid percents racking up. If he can make it back to the stage in a healthy way, this is a huge setup for both players. Yeah,
I mean, Green Team's really been putting in the work here. A lot of those combos they sort of explored last game have come together pretty well here. Even on the bigger stage, that they're doing fine. They're not getting spaced out too far unless they want to be, and doing a lot better coverage, especially from Mugen. I mean, the Roy obviously fast enough to get those extra hits in after a laggy move from Red Team, but just getting, oh my gosh, all that extra percent really adding up in this game.
Yeah, Mugen doing a good job of holding on to his stocks. Like you said, basically decommitting when he finally does see an option that he doesn't like. Unfortunately, losing stock there to the Mii Brawler Dare, but Mew2King
right back at it.
Yeah, exactly, and throwing down the down smash, huge option that covers so much if you overcommit. And now Juanpi tying to the dash attack. You definitely cannot overcommit against such a powerful heavy like Incineroar where you are climbing to those higher percents. The dash attack covers so many options if you do try to jump out of that disadvantage, if you try to maybe fight through what Mugen is going for. If you just hold the shield to extend the hitbox, such masterful play from both Mugen and Mew2King.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was they were showing their top player adaptation there. Obviously they don't team too often, but the synergy really came throughout. Looking a little shaky game one. Mystearica, Juanpi, definitely shout outs to them, showing us what a double team can do. But then, man, look at the Mario man himself coming down from the stage.
Yeah, I mean,
repping the M.
He, like we said, Mugen plays with such confidence and basically exudes that in how he's playing. It's going to be interesting to see how they advance throughout the tournament. But coming up next, we have the actual Mario Man, Dark Wizzy and Meister coming up with Omega and Fallen, two Georgia players definitely trying to stake their claim and defend their home turf.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we were talking about this one before. I think, Omega, obviously, a big up-and-coming. He's always been, very sort of on the top edge of the Georgia scene here. Always sort of looking out for that breakout hit. I mean, I think this could definitely be his opportunity. He's got, that recent sponsorship from Atlanta Premier, doing really well there. And with a teammate like Fallen, it can be very scary with what they can do. So, Fallen, I would say, almost a doubles connoisseur in some sense. He's always done really well at doubles, usually had very solid static partners as well in advance. So with Omega, I think they've got some crazy opportunities here, but Dark Wizzy too. I mean, he's got pretty good doubles chances in his history as well.
Yeah, not just good doubles chances, but he's always been able to adapt, even if he's not playing with a static partner. It's going to be interesting to see how both Omega and Fallen are able to adapt to two players